the biggest opportunities in life are not for those who are the smartest and the brightest and the most talented, but for the ones who dare to show up and dare to ask and dare to actually be rejected. And so I just recorded the episode from yesterday because I'm going to post this on Saturday. But this one was also living inside of me. And I was like, you know what? I want to already create this episode because it's so alive right now. And I didn't want to squeeze it in that episode from yesterday because I learned from one of my other episodes to not, tell too many stories at once. And so this one is really about audacity. I have a beautiful episode about audacity, and I called it back then the rejection party from last year, where I share how I started my modeling career by having the audacity of, okay, I expect people to reject me, let them reject me because I want to build a nervous system where it feels more safe for me to get out there and to do things that I really love doing. And the fear of people rejecting me was the thing that was holding me back. And so when I started to do that, what actually happened was that I actually got opportunities to model. I think there is like this little spy in my phone or something because the other day I was on TikTok and this girl shows up who actually did something similar, but she's starting now. And she said like she wants to be rejected for 1,000 times this year. And she even bought like this notebook for herself where she can trace how often she got rejected. Because she also found that the more you're open for rejection, the more you actually get what you want, the more crazy big opportunities come after you. And I'm like, I know. But the difference between her and me was I just I think I was very like I just did it with a few little things. Like I did it modeling, I'm doing it with YouTube right now, like by showing up every day. Like I could be more audacious. I could think bigger. I could have bigger things that I want to go after. And then I noticed when I was asking myself that like, but what? And every time I was like, nah, I really don't care about that so much. It's not really a dream. Or I was like, well, that's a big ask. And I was like, Ash, you can be more audacious about what you want, And the fact that you don't really care is actually really cool too, because it's more playful then. It's like, well, if I can have this ad on Nike, like this huge campaign, that would be cool. But no, I don't care if I would. You know what I mean? Like I was really like, okay, Ash, you can dream bigger. And it's not even about dreaming, it's more about the play from how fun would it be if you actually receive that, if you actually nail that down? And so this was the Nike thing was just an example, but I always I loved Nike ever since I was a little girl. And I'm like, I would love to be a model for Nike someday. It's just what it is. Anyway, this is an invite for you guys to do this with me, to be more audacious, to have like, even if it's a list of things that you want to accomplish this year, forget the 1,000 and just go for it. Be willing to be rejected. And there are a few things that will happen. First is you actually have a big shot of getting it because if you get 10 no's, it's very likely that you will get a yes eventually. The second thing is a lot of people that are successful are just normal people. Like they are not that talented. They're not that better. They're not more lucky. They just have the audacity to go for what they want. They just have the audacity of, I want that and I'm going for that. And that energy is what I inviting you to very consciously, go for, like step into. It's a bit of what Spark is all about, to put yourself in that environment where it can find you and you will literally start living that way. A little small story. When I was in early 20s, I started working for Dell. And I got this manager. He was French and he was very direct. I know Dutch people tend to be known for directness, but he was very direct too, and he was very cutthroat. Like this is what I think, and I'm gonna say it. He had a very strong opinion about me. He thought I wasn't serious. He thought I was just this, cute girl who came to the office and, put some lip gloss on. And then I was like, dude, I'm doing my work. And but then he said, Ash, life is all about perception, and the way you perceive, you're like the way I perceive you because of how you act and how you do, it's just not that positive. And he really made me so upset and so mad that I was like, I'm gonna show you who I am. The thing is, he lit a fire in me. And that fire made me so incredibly successful because suddenly I was thinking like a winner because I wanted to prove him wrong. And I had like a huge commute from The Hague, where I was living, to Amsterdam every day. It was like a 45-minute train ride, and then 15 minutes to get to the station, and then 15 minutes to get from the other station to the office. So it was 1.5 hour commute one way and the other way. And I used that commute in the morning to grind my mind. I had my own notes of how to rewire my mind. I had my own clip, like a vision clip that I was playing every day to get into the mode. And the moment I was in the office from 8:30 to 5 o'clock, I was in that zone. It made me the most successful rep ever. I closed the biggest deals ever. And for a long time, I was like, I wish I could have that energy back. And I analyzed it because I was like, okay, it was something external that had to happen. It was his opinion about me that really fired me up, that made me want to show him who I truly was. And it made me also stop hiding as this average student energy that I still had because I was just from school, to this is the bigness of who I am, and this is my full potential. Now, after the corporate life, it was very hard to get back into that energy because I never learned how to ignite that in myself. But this is how you can do that, guys. It's honestly to have the audacity to be like, hey, no is a guarantee. If you ask, you may get a yes. That simple thing, that's how life works. And to be like, okay, I'm just going to continuously show up. And that's what I did with the modeling thing. And I got beautiful, beautiful opportunities and campaigns. And I got one campaign, but I got a lot of beautiful opportunities. And then I stopped. Like I did the same thing here with YouTube and showing up every day, but I feel like I'm still holding back. I feel like I'm still keeping myself a little bit small. And now I'm like, okay, this is the invite for both you and me to really sit down. And I'm not talking about just goals like, oh, I want to make this, or no, I'm talking about like the audacious goals, like for example becoming a model for Nike, or like making $1 million because I'm showing up every day. I have no idea how that happens, but you know what, and this is how I also think, if you aim for 1 million and you get 100K, I'm already a winner, So it's also a playfulness, but it's like, how far can we get if we do this? And so today is more like this invite. Like, we don't have to wait for life to kick us in our butt and show us how amazing we are. I think we are big. I think we are bigger than big. And to have more the audacity of, okay, show how amazing you are and how much you can accomplish, not to prove anything to anybody, but out of the joy for just experiencing life in a joyous way, and see it as a beautiful experience, because we're living in a game anyway. You might as well just win it and be big, like go big. And so, yeah, this is why I wanted to record this, because look, I'm already 9 minutes in. I didn't want to add this to yesterday's episode because I think this subject and this invitation is one that is separate from the spark episode from yesterday. I wish you a beautiful weekend, a beautiful day whenever you watch this, and let me know. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know how things are going. There's actually a way for you guys to connect with me. I will put the link there. It's called Dear Ash. So if you don't want to put it in a comment, you can also directly send it to me and I will read it. Yeah, see you in the next episode. Bye.